I'm Eric Novak, and coming up, I'm going to get a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at the 95th Royal Agricultural Winter Fair right here in Toronto, Ontario. You know, Toronto is North America's fourth largest city. There's 2.7 million people in Toronto, and the importance of agriculture, food, and farming for a city that size is absolutely significant. Problem is, many people of that 2.8 million people don't get a chance to really see what country is all about as they're living amidst the city. But thankfully, for 95 years, we have had here on the grounds of Exhibition Place in Toronto, the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair. It's been a fair about agriculture, it's been a fair for farming, and it's been about demonstrating as well as a little bit of e-commerce or commerce for the agricultural community. But it's also been a great showcase for people in the city to learn more about food, about agriculture, and the entire realm of the connectivity between city and country altogether. Now, I'm here on setup day, and I'm giving you a chance to get a little bit behind the scenes at this fair and getting maybe the chance to show some things you might not normally see when there are hundreds of thousands of people coming out throughout the 10 days of the fair over its 1 million square feet. So hang on, let's go a little bit behind the scenes and let's check out the fair.
In 1922, it was all about livestock and crop shows, and people came from all over Canada. It was basically a rural fair taking place in a medium-sized city. Now, Toronto is the fourth biggest city in North America, and about 60% of our visitors come from less than 40K from the event site. So over time, more city people have gotten involved to come here and learn about how agriculture works, how food gets from the farm to your table. We're very proud that after 95 years, we're still going strong. We're adapting what we have to changing tastes, but the basis of this fair is still the same. We bring in competitors from all over Canada who compete for best dairy animal, best rabbit, best dairy cow. There are several auction sales that take place here, and also the Royal Horse Show, which is the largest indoor equestrian show in North America. It takes place over 10 days.
Behind me is the main stage and presentation area here at the Agricultural Winter Fair, and I think a lot of people who come to visit don't realize that, well, this is a place for education and entertainment. There's some business that happens here. Animals that are brought here, large livestock in this stage, are here on display, and they're here to win prizes and be awarded because prize-winning livestock is worth money. In fact, so much so that right beside me are web cameras. I just discovered that these competitions are live streamed to 78 countries around the world. It gives you a little more idea of the significance of this show. Several years ago, in fact, I hear the story that there was $1 million sale that happened to one of the livestock. In fact, I was also just told that back in 1958, there was some dairy cattle that were purchased here by the Castro family in Cuba, which later on became sent over there and were the origins of the dairy program in Castro's Cuba. How about that? A little bit of tidbit information here on the main stage at the fair. So again, the Royal Winter Fair is also a competition, and competitions have trophies. So if you want to see something you wouldn't normally get to see, we're in the trophy room, and Terry Houston with the fair is sort of the keeper of the trophies. There's a lot of trophies here.
I think there's 205 active trophies.
And they're for all sorts of competitions for, I guess, livestock and equine and things like that?
Yeah, right through from the horse show through to even the giant vegetables, the swine, sheep.
And when you were showing me some of the trophies here, not all of them are unpacked yet, they're still protected, but some are pretty old.
Yeah, some of them are as old as the fair, and others have been donated from from families.
And I guess you're pretty protective during the whole fair.
Yes, we are. These trophies, they go out to the events, and I make periodic stops at each event, checking to make sure the trophies are still there and that they haven't gone off with the winner.
I should say we're in a hidden location, deep in a secure bunker somewhere at the fair or something like that. But that's really impressive. Thanks very much for showing this to us.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So behind me here is the famous President's Choice Animal Theater. It's where the Super Dogs take place. It's a great place, very kid-friendly, family-friendly, but they're trying something new for the first time, and I really kind of laugh at this, but they're actually trying for the first time goat yoga. Now, this is apparently a thing where the interplay between people doing regular yoga activities and goats, and apparently the goats have an affinity for cedar boughs, and through socialization, I believe it's done that you can have these goats walk on you or on your back. What the benefit is, I don't know, but apparently this was an idea put out to sell spaces for this, and there's actually 200 people participating on Friday of the show. You can actually come and watch. The stands are here to watch because they're also going to try to set a Guinness World Record for the most people participating in goat yoga at once. I'm told there is no record for this, so it's probably going to be set, but it's one of these things, and I guess it's kind of a way to bring city folks to the country at the fair, and they'll see goat yoga, or I don't know, how would you say it? Namaste, or something like that. One of the other signature elements here at the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair is the equestrian or horse competitions. We're here in the Coliseum, the Palace, the Horse Palace, which is actually where the Toronto Marlies play, the farm team of the Toronto Maple Leafs, but now it is a home for championship equestrian athletics. In fact, all three of the events, which is eventing, dressage, and equestrian jumping, take place here throughout the entire competition. In fact, there's a lot of international stature to the events held here. The top two show jumping competitors on the world stage right now will be here for the competition, so it draws on a whole different element, because in the beginning horses have always been a part of this show, but originally it would have been showing horses that were part of farms, and perhaps the first actual competitions would have been more cavalry related, but it's evolved just as the times has, and it's a spectacular equestrian athletic event.
In modern times now, less than 2% of Canadians live on a farm or are connected to a farm. And so people don't really know where their food comes from. They go to a store, they buy it, they bring it home, and they cook it. And so I think it's important for people to make the connection between where their food came from and how it gets to their table. We have 1 million square feet of show space here. And the 5,000 animals that come here over these 10 days, they come and go over 10 days, but we think of it as bringing the country to the city. Our advertising slogan has changed over the years, but that's still the basis of what we do. We bring the country to the city. I have my own personal tag, which is I tell people wear comfortable shoes, because it's 1 million square feet. You're going to want to see it all, and so make sure that you're set up to enjoy it.
So as this little behind the scenes tour has showed you on setup day, there is a lot to come and enjoy here at the 95th Royal Agricultural Winter Fair in Toronto. And I encourage you to. In fact, it begins November the 3rd at 9 a.m. and runs all the way until Sunday the 12th. But here's a little tidbit. Now, if you're, say, a Toronto, a TFC soccer fan, and guess what? There is a playoff game happening this Sunday. You know what? One of the great deals that this show is offering in combination with GO Transit is is they have a combo package where for one price you can get a GO train ticket from anywhere, any GO station on the network, and also includes admission here. So tell you what, if you're a TFC fan and you're coming down to the game, which starts Sunday at 3, why don't you get that GO combo pack, come early, check out the show, and then head on over and watch TFC beat those New York Red Bulls, because you know that's going to happen. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little behind the scenes look at the Royal Winter Fair. But until next time, for EnviroDad.com, I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.